Hi and welcome or welcome back to Fix My AG Doll. My name is Sarah and today we're going through all the things I got in June for my American Girl collection. Just to give you a run through of what you can expect from this video, I will be doing what I have been doing all year where I go through like my, you know, mood board or inspiration board of what I wanted to collect this year and what I actually got from those lists, as well as things that I wasn't planning for that I got. And I will be doing an unboxing of a doll at the end that I got at the American Girl doll store, as well as showing footage from the DC store. Yeah, that's what we're going to go through today. Before I dive in, like, subscribe, all those good things. I'm really hoping to be able to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't, please, please, please consider doing so, especially if you come back frequently. Anyways, so I did not get any outfits from the more doable outfits this time around, unfortunately, but fingers crossed for next month. I was able to pick up Emily's pajamas. So I got the actual PJs and I got the robe set. And I love them so much. I think they're so adorable. I don't think that they necessarily fit Emily's personality, but they're cute additions nonetheless. The robe is super duper soft, like ultra soft. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cozy. Again, this is one of those things that I wish they would make in adult form because I would love something like this. Maybe not in pink. I do not look good in pink, but the slippers are so cute. It does kind of bother me that the slippers aren't the exact same shade as the robe, but whatever. It's also really hard to get the dolls to stand with those slippers on. And then the PJs have these beautiful floral patterns all over them. Love it. Absolutely love. And the fact that there's real buttons on there. They're just so well made and so cozy. And these are like a kind of like pajamas too that I'm like, I wore these like same kinds of things in the 90s. So I feel like you could dress a lot of different dolls in a lot of different eras and like they wouldn't feel like out of place in these PJs. So yeah, I love versatility. Unfortunately, Isabel was still not available for purchase. She's, still on back order, but I did pick up Nikki, so that'll be at the end. I was able to pick up Isabel's tennis outfit, though. I love this outfit. I know some people don't like that it's one piece, and I will say the skirt is actually not super high quality, but overall, I really do like this outfit, and I love the little socks. I love the shoes. I think the shoes are super versatile, and I just love like little accessories that the dolls can hold. I think that just helps bring your collection to life. I do feel like the underwear was a little bit unnecessary, but then when I put it on the doll, I was like, oh, this skirt, like if they didn't have the white underwear, you'd be able to just like see their butts. But anyways, I really like this outfit and I noticed that it was listed as low quantities. So I don't know if that means it's being retired, potentially. I'm hoping that if they do retire this outfit, that they are going to bring back more or bring about more outfits for the twins because we haven't seen a new addition into their collections for a while. And I believe that these came out when they were originally released. So, yeah, I'm hoping for more. I'm really hoping we get some holiday outfits or something for them this year. I think that would be really special. But yeah, I'm going to the Orlando store soon, so I hope I pick up Isabel then. I did not pick up any of the dolls this month, unfortunately, and I did not pick up any additional school sets or any school bags, but hopefully soon. And here's all my other June editions. So, like I mentioned, I got Nikki. She's very, very cute, and she's my first Joss doll, so I was super, super excited. There were so many Nickies in the store, so I was able to pick the perfect Nikki for me. For me, that means like pretty symmetrical face, and I love a head tilt, so she has a little bit of a head tilt. And yeah, she's just so, so sweet. I haven't gotten an American Girl doll new from the AG store for quite a bit now because since I moved to California, I just haven't really had as many opportunities because I live in the Bay Area, so there's no store up here. Whereas when I lived in Pennsylvania, it was about an hour and a half drive for me to the DC store. So it was just so lovely to be back there. And yeah, again, I really, really hope that they have Isabel in the Orlando store when I go in a couple weeks. But yeah, so here she is. I think that, there's a ton of unboxings of Nikki already online, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I think her hair is so cute. I love the money piece in the front. It's so funny to me. I'm like, I mean, how many like 9, 10-year-olds really had those? But she's so special. And, initially I was like upset that Isabel wasn't there, and I was really hoping to get Isabel before Nikki, but Nikki is very, very cute. So let's go ahead and jump to my reactions.
This is what Nikki looks like with her accessories on. She did also, have like the little grin pins, but I'm not sticking them on anything. So here you can see what the hat looks like, the glasses, the necklace. There's already pre-stuck on pins on the hat. And the back of the hat has the American Girl of Today logo. And I stuck her little journal inside her skate club purse. And yeah, I'm obsessed with her. I think she's really, really cute. Even though I was, hoping to add Isabel before Nikki into my collection, there was no way I wasn't gonna get Nikki. So yeah, I think she's very, very cute, and I had so many to choose from in the American Girl store, so, it worked out. And yeah, I was able to get like exactly what I wanted. So when I look for dolls, I love when they have a head tilt. So you can see her head looks like it's a little bit tilted to the side. I think that that's just so sweet and brings like a little bit like of a lifelike quality to them. I, of course, want really even eyes, and I really like when their eyelashes like flip up. So you can see her eyelashes are pointing up. They're curved up instead of pointing straight up or straight down. I look for evenness in the lips and an even wig. That's like the main thing I noticed. Honestly, the quality control on the Nickies was great. Like, they were all like very beautiful. I was able to be extremely nitpicky. But the one thing that I did notice was that her wig placement, and what I mean by that is like where the part is and how far up or far down it is on the head. That was a little bit variable, but other than that, they were like really good. So I'm very happy about that. I also just want to point out her hair has like more of a reddish tint than I thought it would. I was just kind of surprised by that. I mean, I've seen her in the store like multiple times, but in person, and while I was unboxing her, I'm like, well, I know she's a brunette, but like, this is definitely more of like a chestnut red, I would call it, more than anything else. Yeah, she's so adorable. Love her. Here's what she looks like from afar. And now I'm gonna go ahead and dress her in the other outfits so you can see what they look like. So first I'm gonna put Rebecca's outfit on her, Rebecca's nightgown. Obviously, the money piece look was not of Rebecca's time, but that's fine. I like putting the dolls in different eras of clothing. I really like this nightgown. I think it's very cute. I think it has a lot of very intricate details. It's very reminiscent of Samantha's nightgown. And, I mean, do I wish that there was a little bit more variety? Sure, but also, like, it's a nightgown, and nightgowns were, like, pretty standard. There wasn't that much variability across them. I mean, maybe if they had used like a different color ribbon, because the ribbon is really what makes it seem so much like Samantha's. But I mean, it's still cute regardless. It does seem a little bit short too. I feel like nightgowns would have been a little bit longer, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a summertime gown. These slippers feel more like contemporary slippers, but by that I mean that they're like very fabricy, and I feel like, from what I remember, slippers for the majority of time were more of like a hard sole shoe. They weren't necessarily for comfort, they were like practical because people generally, you know, had hardwood or parquet floors. And so you'd want to like protect your feet more from the bottom. So they had, you know, more of like, if you picture like Kit's shoes where there's like a hard sole. But so I'm guessing that this was more for like budget cut reasons. God, this is like really hard to put on. But they are really cute. And I mean, it makes you able to make it more contemporary easily. Wow, I really love Nikki's hair. It's beautiful. And it's so thick. Like her hair, she has a lot of it. It's really, really thick. I really like that. I'm just gonna clip this to the side. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. I'm sure she's like, get me out of this frilly nightmare, but she has to model for us. So here's what Nikki looks like. She looks so adorable in this nightgown. Here's a closer look at the slippers. They were really tough to put on. I feel like they could have made them slightly bigger, especially since like Nikki doesn't have big feet. She's a newer doll. So I feel like if you're trying to put this on a Pleasant Company doll, that's not gonna happen because their feet are pretty chunky. Here's the detailing and then the bow. She looks adorable.
Oh, hi, welcome back. So now let's get back to some retired items. So this is Molly's skating outfit. You may remember from the beginning that I really wanted Molly's play outfit, and I still do, but I prefer this one because I don't know, I just, even though I tend to like darker colors, this outfit is just so fun for me. But I was like, surely I'm never gonna get it because it runs so expensive on the secondhand market. But because there was a tear in the front like strip on one of the skates. They were sold as like TLC condition and they were well within my budget. So I was like, ah, win, 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 win. Oh, I was so excited. It didn't have the shoes or the socks, but I have Molly's Oxfords already and I think they'll look just fine. And Lord knows I have a ton of American Girl socks, so I'm not worried about that. I'm so happy. I think this outfit is so adorable. And now I'm like, ooh, I really want to display Molly's collection soon because Eve is so adorable and I can't wait to see a girly in it. I also got Mary Ellen's styling set and her pajamas. So these were like, I believe these were the first pajamas she was released with. Very, very cute. I will say, like, the one thing about these pajamas is I didn't realize how much of like a baby doll look they have. So, especially the pants, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like the doll wearing it has a full diaper, but that's okay. I know that that was the look, that was the aesthetic. We're just gonna roll with it. I do really just like the simplicity of it, and I think having this styling set is just really, really fun. Um, I will say, like, I put it on my doll's in my doll's hair, my mini me's hair. She has like kind of like medium length hair, and they didn't all fit in there, like all of the rollers. And my doll, again, she doesn't have super long hair, so like when I rolled it up, it was already like so thick. Like I just don't think you could use it with dolls who have much longer hair than that, like Josefina or Caroline or Addie. Like it's not gonna work unless you buy like multiple of the styling sets. Just the one is not going to be enough. But I think that it has a lot of, fun for kids, but also fun for adults. Yeah. And Mary Ellen has had like so many different things of everything. So, anyways, I'm also going to show this unboxing here of Rebecca's nightgown. I know I just showed it, but in case you wanted to like have a closer look at all the details, I believe this was also listed as low quantities. ugh, I feel like Rebecca's probably on her way out. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna like do a big re-release of her as well with like a new um, the way that they've been like repackaging all of books as well. Maybe, but I also feel like they have so many historicals, and if they are going to release a new historical in the next year or so, which I feel like next year, I don't know. I have like a feeling that they're going to release a new historical next year. I don't know. I think that they need to like make more space because there's just like way too many right now. So I feel like it would make sense that she would be on the chopping block. I also got a mini Felicity. I have been slowly collecting the minis, so she's my fourth mini in my collection. I think the minis are just so funny and so cute. This is the Felicity of my childhood with the purple dress, so that's the one I wanted. There's a couple different versions of mini Felicity, so this one was the one for me. Her hair was a little bit dried out, but I'll be fixing that. And yeah, she's super, super cute. She's currently displayed in my collection riding Kit's dog Grace. So she's living her feral Felicity dreams. Love it. I absolutely love it. The minis, if you don't know, they are being retired. So American Girl still sells some of them. If you want them, highly recommend going for it. And I also picked up Kit's Be Forever accessories. This was basically to like hit like a shipping discount, but I have been eyeing them for a little bit. I don't like the bracelet, but I do really like the hat and I do like the purse. In general, I just like to have as many accessories as I can to just elevate outfits and make them look more complex, give them more interest. So, yeah, I knew I was going to get them anyways, and they were so cheap in box. So I was like, great, add it to the order. But yeah, the plastic bracelet, I'm like, why did you even bother? This is like so silly. But I mean, I loved it for the hat, loved it for the purse. It is what it is. I am gonna cut to now Nikki wearing Isabel's tennis outfit, and then after that, we'll finish up with some DC store footage.
So I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but the reason I bought these two outfits, Rebecca's nightgown and Isabel's tennis outfit, is because they were labeled as low stock or low inventory or something on the American Girl website. And previously I have made the mistake of like being like, oh, these aren't going to sell out that quickly. Like I still see a bunch of them in the store. And then the next time I go to buy it, it's out. It's like fully retired, and then people are selling it for a bunch of money online. Yeah, so I did not want to make that same mistake again because these are outfits that I know I would want to add eventually, and I just don't want to pay scalper prices for it in the future. And I had a bunch of rewards anyway, so yeah, that's why I prioritized getting these outfits. Well, I wanted Isabel's tennis outfit, like, regardless, so, yeah. I'm not gonna put these undies on because she already has undies. By the way, the undies are like a light pink color, and I wish they would have done something different because, I don't know, I'm like, first of all, I don't think that Nikki would be wearing pink underwear, and second of all, I mean, can we have a little bit of like personality for them? I feel like, I mean, I was a kid, I was 4 in 1999, but even like, you know, going into like the 2000s and stuff, there was so much personality in underwear. I mean, I feel like, you know, kids tended to have like different characters or, you know, different patterns and stuff like that on their undies. So I would have liked to see that kind of, you know, a la Julie and Ivy. They have little stamps like butterflies, I think it is, on their underwear. That would have been cute. I would have liked it if they would have been able to do that. It's just a nice little detail, and it helps differentiate too, like which girls' undies are whose. Wow, this is really short. Now I see why they gave underwear for it. I'm like, maybe instead of underwear, you could have made it like literally just a tiny bit longer. Like if Nelly was wearing this, because Nelly's like an inch longer than all the other dolls, you would be able to see Nellie's crotch. This is, I mean, I know tennis skirts are like short, but they're not this short. Whatever, it's a doll. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so all that to say is like, I don't know if they will be like restocking these outfits and they're just listed as low inventory, and because everything with the tariffs, they're, you know, not gonna be restocking them for a while, or they could be straight up retiring them. I don't know. As it pertains to Isabel's outfit, I could see them like retiring it to make room for new items into their collections because they haven't had anything new for a while. So if you want these outfits, I would say I would get it sooner rather than later, unless you're willing to pay scalper prices later on. There we go. Yeah, these shoes are like not easy to put on. I'm not gonna have her hold the ball, but just a reminder, it's like very cheap, like table tennis ball. And then the racket is fine. I'll have her hold it. Probably goes this way. So it actually looks like she's holding it. Here is what she looks like. So cute. Love. I really like these sneakers. I think that they're a very nice, obviously very basic pair that could be dressed up for a lot of things. Same thing with these socks. I think they have a little bit of personality with like the colors, but they're neutral enough where you can easily match them to a lot of different outfits. The skirt is like so short, like you can literally see, like it's just barely like at the notches of the legs. Which is just a choice, I guess. And it is like very papery thin, like it feels like paper. So that's a little bit disappointing. The sweater, I like the sweater part. I know some people were like, oh, I wish it was like two separate pieces. I actually don't really care. I feel like this was like a very popular kind of look, like a sweater dress thing. I definitely had stuff like this around this era, so to me, it's like reminiscent of what I was like, what my parents were buying for me at the time. And then, of course, we have the racket. So cute. I really love the Joss face mold. I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. I love her eyelashes. I love her eyebrows. I think she's a gorgeous doll. And I would love to see more historicals made with this face mold, especially like an older one. I think I'm going to make a video about like historical dolls I wish that they would make. And yeah, you will definitely see the Joss face sculpt listed in that list.
So that's everything I got in June, and now I just want to spend some time showing the DC store. If you haven't been to the DC store, ugh, add it to your list. I love the DC store. I've been to a lot of the AG stores now. I think it's a top tier one, especially like it's not that big. But I like it a lot more than the New York store. I honestly think the New York store is trash. Like, I'm sorry if I offend, but I just don't like their organization. I hate the like bottom floor. It's like windowless and creepy, and I'm like, I hate that they put the historicals down there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the New York store leaves a lot to be desired. The Chicago store I really like, and the LA stores I like too, but I feel like both of those stores are honestly a little bit like too big. So there's just like a ton of repetition. You just see like the same thing like over and over again, which feels like unnecessary for a store like American Girl. I feel like the DC store is the perfect size. So yeah, there's a ton of the new stuff like out on display. There are still like some Kirsten Holiday collector dolls, so if you really wanted that one, she's still there, just so you know. The other thing that I love about the DC store is that they highlight their historical collection and the Truly Me collection evenly. And I don't know if that's more like because of like the clientele and who, tends to go there and what they tend to buy, but I just really love that aspect of it. It doesn't feel like they're literally pushed into a corner like they are in the New York store. So I'm curious what it's going to feel like in the Orlando store. I've never been to that one. And I'm happy to take footage of that one as well and post it in my July video. But this was my first time seeing a lot of like the new drops. So the Kirsten and the Addie and the Samantha new outfits that they released, I was able to see in person. And yeah, I just want to like confirm that they're, at least for me, they seem like very true to the originals. And again, I just like didn't feel like I wanted to buy them because I already have all those outfits and they're not different really at all. So yeah, that's just a testament to how great they did with that. And the new, I didn't see a lot of the Disney dolls yet. And those were cute. I really like the Moana doll in particular. I'm not a big Disney person. I certainly was when I was younger, but now as an adult, it's just Disney as a corporation really irritates me. So I will not be purchasing them, but I do want to just share that I think the Moana doll in particular is absolutely stunning, and I was like blown away. I really hope that we see more of the Corinne face mold, especially in a historical. Hope they're working on something like that. Yeah, so overall, I had a really great time at the DC store. Again, highly, highly recommend going there. It is annoying that it's not like actually really in DC, but you can take the Silver Line to get there. It's really easy. Like you basically like hop off the train, walk through the bridge, and then like you're at the mall. So yeah, it's a really great time. I really hope that they don't close it. It's always busy. Like I wasn't able to take videos as much as I wanted to because literally I got there when it opened on a weekday and there was already like a ton of people there. So if they close this store, that to me is a signal that they're not closing stores because of, you know, low sales in stores because I've literally never been to the store without like a ton of people there. Again, like middle of or early in the morning on a weekday, already a bunch of people there, a lot of kids already there. So I feel like if they're doing that, I feel like it's like a Mattel thing. I feel like they're like forcing them to close them for some like corporate greed. I don't know, nonsense. And that's like really disappointing to me because the American Girl stores are truly what set American Girl apart from other doll brands, right? Like there's no Barbie stores. There's no Bratz stores. There's no Monster High stores. Like American Girl stores are a unique experience, and I don't know, I feel like something that is a bucket list thing for a lot of kids and adult collectors. So I feel like if they continue closing these stores, even when they're definitely profitable, that's like a huge mistake. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you got this month, and what you're hoping to get. And yeah, I think that's all. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.